Are you ready to take your English speaking skills to the next level? In today's video, we're going to do some fun and interactive conversation practice. This video is the perfect opportunity to speak out loud and build your confidence. Here is how the class will work. First, I will give you a conversation prompt or question. Then you will pause the video and give your response as if we are having a real conversation. Next, I will give you my own answer to the prompt. Then I will highlight some useful words and phrases that I used to give my answer. Finally, you will give your response again, this time trying to use the words and phrases provided to make your answer even better. In this way, you will improve your speaking fluency and get better at having conversations in English. So are you ready? Let's get started with our first conversation starter. Tell me about your hobbies. Now pause the video, give your response, and then when you've finished, continue. Okay, well done. Now it's my turn to respond to the prompt. Well, I absolutely love cycling. It's my favorite activity to do at the weekend. I really enjoy going out on my bike early in the morning and cycling around the neighborhood. I find it's a really great way to relax. I also love reading. I do it maybe 3 or 4 times a week, usually when I've finished work as a way to wind down in the evening. Another thing I've started doing recently is cooking. I like getting recipes off the internet and then trying them out. It's really fun because I can learn new recipes from different parts of the world, and it's something that I can do with my friends and family. I recommend trying cooking because you can discover new types of dishes that you would never even have thought to make before. Okay, now here are some useful words and phrases that you can use when giving a response to this conversation prompt. I love, or I absolutely love. Remember to use the verb in the form ing afterwards. I absolutely love cycling, or I absolutely love cooking or reading. I do it 3 times a week, or I do it twice a week or once a week, or I do it every weekend. It's really fun because I recommend trying because, so in my example, I said I recommend trying cooking because you can learn about new types of dishes. Remember, after recommend, we also need to use ing. I recommend trying. I recommend doing exercise. I recommend reading books. Now it's your turn to try that response again. Pause the video, give your answer, and try using some of these helpful phrases. Well done! Hopefully you were able to improve your response this time and you felt more confident doing it. Now let's move on to prompt number 2. What is your earliest childhood memory? Pause the video and give your response. Okay, and now it's my turn. Listen to my response. The earliest memory I have is when I was about 4 years old. I think I was on holiday with my family because I remember I was sitting on the beach building a sandcastle. I also remember that my brothers were there and I think they were running around playing some games and going in the sea. It's a happy memory because I was surrounded by my family. I think it was the first time I'd ever gone to the beach, and I'm really grateful that I actually have a memory of this special moment in my life. Now let's look at some useful phrases you can use to give this response. The earliest memory I have is Now in my response I said I was sitting on the beach. So I've used the past continuous tense here to describe some background information to the memory, the situation or actions taking place at the time. I was sitting. My brothers were playing and swimming in the sea. So this is a chance for you to practice using past continuous tense. I also remember, and it's a happy memory because. Now it's your turn. Try using some of these phrases to give your response again. Well done! If you're enjoying this video and finding it useful, please help me out by hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel so you can be notified every time I release speaking practice videos. Now let's continue with prompt number 3. What are your career goals? Pause and answer the question. Now it's my turn. Well, I work as a teacher and I give classes online to students who are learning English. And I also have a YouTube channel where I upload videos helping people improve their English speaking and listening skills. I'm currently working towards growing my YouTube channel, releasing more videos, and finding out what types of video my audience would like to watch. In the next 5 years, I'd like to help as many people as possible with improving their English, with a special focus on helping people improve fluency and confidence. That is my ultimate goal. I'd be really proud if I could grow my YouTube channel and help as many students as possible. So that is really my career goal, to learn and build as much as I can. Now, some useful phrases you can use for this prompt. I work as a. I'm currently working towards. In the next 5 years, I'd like to. So for this one, you could talk about things you want to do during those 5 years, or something you would like to achieve by the end of those 5 years. I'd be really proud if. This is a second conditional here. For example, I'd be really proud if I could help as many people as possible. I've used the second conditional here because I'm talking about a hypothetical future. It's not certain that it will happen. So I'm just talking hypothetically in the future, what would make me proud. Now it's your turn to answer the question, what are your career goals? And here are your useful phrases. Excellent, and if you'd like to share your career goals in the comments down below, I would love to find out more about you and what you're working towards in life, and especially how learning English will help you with your goals. Now on to the next prompt, which is, how do you stay healthy? Pause and answer. Okay, my turn. Well, doing exercise is really important to me, not just for physical health, but also to help my mental health. So I try to do some kind of movement every day, whether that's doing a yoga class or going out for a ride on my bike, or simply going for a nice long walk with the dogs. I think it's important to have a varied, balanced diet. I try to eat fruit and vegetables as much as possible because I know they're good for you, but I like to include a variety of different food types in my diet. I really enjoy cooking, so learning new healthy recipes is something that I also really enjoy, and that's another way that I try to stay healthy. Okay, some useful phrases for this one. Blank is really important to me. So I said doing exercise, but you could say eating healthily is really important to me, or looking after my mental health is really important to me. Notice how I used an ing form there to introduce the activity that's important to me. Doing exercise, eating healthily. I try to every day. For example, I try to move every day. I try to eat vegetables every day. I think it's important too. We need the infinitive form here. And I also try to as much as possible. Again, we're using the infinitive, the verb with to. I try to eat vegetables as much as possible. Now it's your turn. Here are your words and phrases to improve your answer. Excellent. Moving on to our final prompt, which is a really nice one. Tell me about your best friend. Pause and answer. Okay, well done. Now it's my turn. I've known my best friend since I was 2 years old. We met through our parents because they lived close to each other and were friends, so we basically grew up together. We've been friends for almost 32 years, which is such a long time. And even though we don't live very close to each other, we still talk regularly and make sure we stay in touch and updated on each other's lives. I really value this friendship and it's very special to me because we've known each other for such a long time and we know everything about each other that we almost feel like family. Okay, and some useful phrases here. And here we're going to look at the difference between for and since with the present perfect tense. I said, I've known my best friend since I was 2 years old. If we're using since, we need to have a starting point. For example, the date that you met. I've known my friend since 1998. Or in my example, since I was 2 years old. I then said, we've been best friends for 32 years. If you're using for, you need to give the duration. How long have you been friends? So that would be how many months or years that you've known each other. We've been friends for 32 years. I said we met through my parents. If you meet someone because of another person, a mutual friend who introduces you, you can say through. We met through this person. Or if you met at a particular place, you would use at. For example, we met at school or we met at work. I really value, so talking about what it is that makes this friendship so special. I really value the fact that we're almost like family. I really value the fact that we know everything about each other. Okay, and now it's your turn to talk about your best friend, and here are your useful phrases. Well done if you made it this far. You just did some really valuable speaking practice and you are on your way to becoming a fluent, confident speaker. If you want to continue and do some more speaking practice like this, I recommend you check out this video next.